Dave Collins is a very dear friend of mine, and he was the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. And one of the products in the mix of products that they had was very, very strange. It was an egg coloring product. And Dave said to me one time at a meeting, "Why do we have an egg coloring product in a pharmaceutical business?" And the CFO, the financial guy, said, "Dave, it's a very small market, but it's 96% profitable." And Dave said, "We're going to keep that product." Okay. Well, he was on his way to Japan, and as usual, Dave was always insistent that he stay current with his mail. And there was a letter from a woman, and it said, "Dear Mr. Collins, I would like to thank you for totally ruining our Easter. It is a family custom that we sit around the table 4 generations and we color eggs. Well, we bought your product, and when we got it home, the stores were closed. The product was inferior. We couldn't use it. You literally destroyed our Easter. And I think it is almost unconscionable for you to have that kind of a product." Well, Dave felt really badly about this, but he was on his way to Japan. He handed the note to his secretary, Kathy, and he said, "Kathy, when I get back from Japan, please make sure that I write a letter to this woman because she's entitled to it. And I feel really badly that we have ruined their Easter." Dave went off to Japan. He came back. He's going through his mail. And there's another letter from this woman. The letter said, "Dear Mr. Collins, I cannot believe how responsive you were to my letter." And she goes on in great length to praise Dave Collins and the company. And despite the fact that they had that incident at Easter, she will always be loyal, not only to him, but to every product that his company makes. Dave was astounded. He thought, is this woman schizophrenic? Did I miss something? So he calls in Kathy, and she sheepishly admits, "Mr. Collins, I felt badly like you did. And so while you were gone, I went to the store, and I got every product over the counter that we have. I ordered a dozen roses and a box of chocolates, and I drove 87 miles to her home, knocked on the door and said, 'We are so apologetic for what happened, and in the name of Mr. Collins, I would like to apologize. And these are small tokens of how we feel toward you, our customer.'" Now, the reason that that's important is that Dave Collins had the ability to create a climate of roving leadership. Leadership is not as static. It moves based on the opportunity, based on the skills. And what Dave conveyed to his organization was, "I am not the sole leader of this organization, that everyone has an opportunity to meet individual challenges which make the company better and serve the customer to the full extent." Kathy knew that she didn't need his permission. She knew that she had the opportunity to be a leader and to represent the company. Now, the reason I tell you this story is that so many of you have been sucked into a whole bunch of leadership myths, like leadership can't be taught. You have to be at a certain level in the organization to be a leader. You may be too old to be a leader, or you're not verbal. Leadership comes in all sorts of phases, all sorts of opportunities. And I've been around a long time, and I've seen hundreds of organizations, and I've yet to meet anyone who at the right set of circumstances can't be a leader. You can be nonverbal and be a leader. You can be verbal and be a leader. You can be a leader through research. You can be a leader through street smarts. There are so many ways. But the first thing you have to do is you have to authorize yourself. You have to believe in who you are and that you have the opportunity to fulfill. The only thing that can happens when you assume leadership. It roves, it moves from place to place. Even in a meeting, if you're observant, you will see that the leadership model moves. It is not just one person. It is not just at the top. It is not driven by gender. It is driven by need, by skills, and your ability to say, "I am a leader, and I will assume the position and the posture that makes a difference."